Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast. We are grateful that you are here. This is a new podcast that we have made together with my mother.
Yay! We're doing this podcast with Kaylin. She's my first. She has 6 siblings. Six. And that's an amazing thing. We love talking a lot, and we thought, why not bring this to you? Because we talk about amazing stuff. What are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to talk about social media, but not in the light that people are usually used to. Most of the time, it's either adults trying to choke down teenagers for using social media
Yeah, how social media is bad.
and disgusting, or on the other side, you hear it when people are trying to make businesses and trying to tell you that you can use social media on your behalf. But today we're taking it in a different light. How is it spiritually affecting us?
Christians.
Yeah. And it's not just some religious type. Don't log off. It's not religious. It's more of is like that conversation of demons and angelic presence and the Holy Spirit. What does that have relevance to do with the normal day?
Date and social media, what we are watching and looking at every day. And this is not for teenagers, this is not for adults, this is not for old people. It's just for everybody. As long as you're a Christian family, what we see every day. Now, when we were growing up, I told you, we watched TV just in the evening. There was only one TV station, and you only watch TV in the evening. So the only other media we had was reading, and you couldn't read forever, so we played a lot. But even the things we read still affected us a lot. But now there's a difference between what you're reading versus what you're watching. And even you guys, when you grew up now, just Kaylin is just getting out of teenage, you also watch TV a lot, but it wasn't like, and you're on the phone maybe for a game or something, right?
I think one of the most interesting things is as if like people are coming up with ways of not having an attention span, really.
Distracting us,
Because I remember as a kid, I would stay in one TV station. Like if it's Disney Channel,
you were there.
you're there, like you barely did you think, okay, let me change Disney Channel 10 times today.
Yeah.
But now with YouTube and TikTok is
Netflix.
even worse.
Yeah.
You know, did you know that Netflix has a TikTok side to it
Wow, I didn't even know
for
that.
short videos?
Yeah, and for a long time with my kids, I couldn't understand their obsession over TikTok. Even Kaylin, I think you're not really a TikTok generation. The TikTok generation is basically the 15-year-olds,
To 16, yeah.
16, 15, 14. And I realized the obsession is that they are able to watch, I don't know, 20 videos within
One sitting.
yes.
Like somebody they've been able to hack to put somebody in their beds or seated for more than 5 hours without moving, without even eating,
Exactly.
and they're fine.
And the positive side of it is we are human beings, we're very fast. So that's a lot of knowledge you're receiving. There's no teacher that can teach you. But you can have information overload. If you're feeding your mind with the right things, if you could be able to have a TikTok that's just teaching you how to grow, how to strengthen, how to,
But the way
but it's not.
yeah, the way the algorithm works at the end of the day, it's more of it just wants, I don't know, there are agendas, and I think that's where we come in.
Exactly.
So this morning I didn't wake up. This morning I was woken up by my sister,
11 years old.
my 11-year-old sister. So I slept with the lights off, and then when I woke up, I saw the lights were on. So she was looking at me and she was telling me, Kaylin, I prayed. I've had a bad dream. I've prayed, but I'm not.
She's still scared.
I'm still scared. So I think my sister is not the type of person to look for attention. Usually, like, if she can't, she will do, that's the last thing
She
wants
minds
to
her
do.
own business, yeah.
Yeah. So I knew that it was very disturbing for her. So in the dream, basically, there was a demon that was walking around, and it would possess kids. And as it goes from one kid to the next, it would just possess and then befriend the kid. Okay, so it would possess the kid, and then the kid would not act like the kid anymore, and then the kid would now want to befriend other kids, and then it would be passed on. So now automatically in my head, I got the meaning of the dream is whatever they were watching is what the
Yeah,
kids were
you
going
didn't
doing.
say that initially the kids would be watching a game.
Yeah, she hadn't even mentioned
Yeah.
it. So later on is when I was telling her the importance of um, caring about what you watch. And so she remembered. Like now she was like, I've not even finished the dream actually. The dream was that every time a kid, and it was she was even saying it was a very innocent Minecraft game. And they were watching Minecraft. And then after they finished watching the Minecraft, like the thing would enter. So the way it was coming through their eye gates. The demon was coming through their eye gates. And I think the reason it clicked
You
so
need to
fast was because of
clarify
my
for
dream.
people what is an eye gate.
Your eyes. It's not that
What
deep.
it means spiritually is that any spiritual, if a spirit enters your body, or your spirit, another spirit, I believe if you're listening to this and you don't know this, you need to know that we humans are body, spirit, and soul. And the spirits, demonic spirits or angelic, whatever, both spirit, Holy Spirit or demonic spirit, can only get can get access to us through different places. So there are different ways of entering eye gates, ear gates, yeah, like that. And that's what Shikelin is saying. The
Yeah.
eye gate is what they were using to get into the kids.
Yeah. So I found it very interesting because I've been having like a drama session with my sisters with whatever they watch, the music that they listen to. But I really liked it that God spoke to
To
her
them directly,
specifically,
yeah.
so that when like when I'm telling them not to listen or to watch these people, it doesn't come out of, oh, she's telling us to not do
She's
this.
old.
But they're doing it out of, like we'd be doing it out of, I can't believe I've reached that age.
Yeah.
But it's coming out of them wanting and understanding and having the knowledge of that
Yeah,
aspect.
and somebody who is into psychology is amazing. I love studying human behavior, and I love it completely. But there's that ignoring that there is no spiritual. That everything is psychology deals with the soul, but that doesn't negate that there is the spiritual. And it is very easy. You'll hear somebody saying, no, what that means is she dreamt because she watched a lot of, you guys talk a lot about demons, you know, but that's not it. That's not it. Unless you don't believe God speaks in dreams.
And we have seen that in even in the behavior of
Yes,
kids.
now that's where I wanted to go. Not even even when Kaylin was a child. Now, for you guys, it was Disney World. There are cartoons, especially the ones with witches. There's this cartoon which you guys loved
I
that
think it
had
was
a
Sabrina.
witch. Yes, whenever they watch Sabrina, they would be hyper focused. Sabrina could repeat 20 times and they'll still watch it. And whenever they continued watching Sabrina, we would their behaviors would change, throwing cups. They would, if you're listening from the US or from the West, forgive me, but they behave like American kids. In Africa, kids behave like normally.
Which is very drastic.
Exactly. So they'd start behaving weird, throwing cups, answering back, throwing tantrums. We didn't grow like that ourselves. I cannot remember even the most notice of kids. I can't remember a kid answering their parents ever in my life. Now, your generation, I also don't know that much, but when you would watch these things, suddenly that behavior would happen and become totally rebellious. And that's when I learned. Then I did not even understand spiritual warfare the way I did. I knew there's something that you're watching that's causing you to be like that. And now with these guys, they'll sit and watch. They're not even playing a game. They're watching these guys,
Playing
YouTubers,
a game.
play game. And they'll be obsessed. You stop them, they cry so much. And then suddenly rebellion
Like even
steps
sleep
in.
becomes dramatic.
Yes.
And I know, yeah, kids have dramatic, but we know,
But when they're not watching, they're
yeah, they're
fine.
very fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. And even like just and I think now what in according to my sister's dream, and even a dream that I also had personally,
Before,
which
yeah.
was
Almost
exactly
replica,
the
yeah.
same. Yeah. So it's are they, what is the spirit behind what they're watching? And most of the time, as much as it has been repeated over and over again, there are demonic agents that are behind these cartoons, that
Yeah.
are behind innocent movies, even
Yeah.
for adults,
Mm.
that automatically, like, even Turning Red.
Oh God.
I actually
That
have
one.
seen so many people talking about that
Yeah.
movie. I didn't, because for some reason, movies play in our house, but that day that movie
It
refused
refused to
to
play. So
play
we
completely.
got bits and pieces, but even the bits and pieces were concerning. And from, I mean, these things God gives you an alert, and I was like, this is not right. And again, what is the essence of the
So
story? What is
Turning
the
Red,
agenda?
yeah,
Yeah.
Turning Red, for somebody who doesn't know, is this cartoon that has come up where this girl turns into a panda or something, a red panda or bear, whatever, and she basically has a loving mom, but apparently, according to the movie, they make her look as if she's being too respectful,
Yeah.
and so she needs
Some
to,
rebellion.
yes, she needs to
Mm.
bring in some rebellion
Yeah.
because she does everything that the mom wants.
Yeah.
And then there's sections where she is drawing, I think, sexual
Yeah,
things in her book,
exactly. There
and
are
that was weird.
crashes.
Yeah,
We know we see all that in Disney World, but that one, theirs was on another
it
level. The
went to
rebellion was on another
completely,
level.
yeah.
Plus a lot of agenda after that. We didn't watch all of it, but you could pick it. And when I saw on the everybody talking about in the media, I knew. We just didn't watch all of it, so we didn't get to know
So
the
even
whole
as
of it.
much as the child or whoever is watching, as long as they watch it, it is a seed. Even if they do not believe that it's not bad to respect your parents, like it's bad to respect your parents, or your parents are too, which is crazy because she's 13 years old.
Yeah, she just
So
turned
what the
13.
mom is doing is normal. That's what should be
Yeah,
happening
yeah,
24/7. Of course, they overdo some things, like the kid showing pads, the mom showing the pads to the
yeah, to
kids,
the kids
which
and
I think it's to show the immense of how parents sometimes
yeah,
act and
how
everything,
embarrassing parents
and
are.
how even smarter they are than parents,
Yeah,
and lying to their parents, because she was lying to her mom like 5 times before
yeah,
the episode had already entered.
yeah.
So it was just,
And the episode ends that she's right. So the
I mean, in Disney, there are times where a kid is lying to their mom, but at the end of the day, there's consequences
yes,
where she comes back or he comes back to their family
yeah.
and tells them, okay, sorry guys, this is what I did. But in Turning Red, it's like, yeah,
Even the mother now says it's as if the mother is saying, I understand where you're coming from. So we really have to be careful as parents what the kids are watching. But even as I say this, even you parents, even older people,
yeah,
what are you watching every day? All of us, even I'm a content creator. When I'm seated in a taxi for 2, 3, 4 hours. Yesterday I was on the road I left Nanyuki from 9. I was basically on the road up to like 6 in the evening. And basically I'm on the phone. Apart from making phone calls and stuff, I'm on social media. I'm creating content. Okay, but when I'm not creating content, I'm scrolling down. What am I looking? Who is influencing me? And yesterday, the Lord spoke to me very clearly. I have 2 accounts, and there's one account that has sober people, not sober people, like reasonable people, bigger people. And then God said, I want you to concentrate on this. Now, this other one, I don't have any dirty speaking. If you speak dirty on my timeline, I delete you, I block you immediately. Not block, unfriend you immediately. I don't allow that. But also, I realized, even if it's not that, God was showing me I'm listening to a lot of mediocre stuff. Basically, what I'm hearing every day is somehow likely to influence how I am thinking. Maybe
which I
just
think,
memes
yeah,
and
and I think
funny
that's
dances.
very like powerful, because when Paul says do something beneficial, it's that right now there's a lot that is really not beneficial. That doesn't mean that we should read the Bible 24/7, but instead of scrolling down for endless hours, you can actually go to CTA on YouTube and
And watch
listen something
beneficial.
beneficial, like
Yeah. Or
financially
listen to a
wise,
sermon, or
or
if you're a Christian,
yeah,
or see what are the weak areas in my life, what am I
or
struggling with.
financially, what new things can I come up
Yes,
with? You can
yes.
see, like,
Like for example, right now it's inflation. Everybody's complaining about fuel prices and everything. And why don't you spend that time asking yourself, how can I make a few more bucks per day?
yeah,
How can I save money? Go into those things instead of just,
something that
yeah.
is actually beneficial. And I think as Christians, we talk as beneficial as in reading the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe the world has a lot of beneficial information out there on how to better yourself, how to eat healthy, how to, like, listening to people's stories
And
who've made it.
and that gives you a lot of stuff. You get to learn people who are doing ways differently. I was talking to my husband the other day, no, actually last night, and his business is such a crisis right now, and I was telling him, now everything you have done, even I know, because it's our business. We talk together, but I told him, you need to talk to somebody who will have something new to tell you. You understand? So in
Yeah.
life, there's always something you don't know. Now, if you're gonna be on social media or on TV or watching stuff, then look for stuff you didn't know, because
Yeah.
you learn that even as I and Kaylin talk, we can only talk what we know, but when we hear or listen, we can now learn something we do not
Yeah.
know. So don't spend so much time on what you know. Look for new revelation, new knowledge, new skills, what are other people do. I always ask myself, what do other billionaires do? And don't tell me it was handed down by their parents, because there are people who have been handed down by their parents and messed it all up.
Yeah.
And others who've never been handed nothing and they made it. So basically, I want to see those who have made it. What disciplines do they have? What habits do they do? What are their mental thinking capacity? What are the places they spend? What do they do? Spend times doing that. And as a Christian, look at growing. Every time the Holy Spirit to you and tells you there's this gap in your life, you can feel it. There's this gap in your life. And when the Holy Spirit tells you that gap, if that gap is making you stuck, have you ever seen a vehicle, like in the mud, like you're trying to move, but the tire is just moving?
Yeah.
If the Holy Spirit tells you that you need a push, and you're still insisting upon all I need to do is accelerate, you will be stuck there forever.
Yeah.
So we need to listen to what the Holy Spirit. If the Holy Spirit says, stop looking now, my Facebook, what the Holy Spirit was showing me, my page has more people that are more productive. Because this one I was very strategic. It was newer. My old Facebook is like 15, I think, like when Facebook began. It's that old. So I have like lots of people. As much as I removed all the most I didn't, most of the people that I didn't want. And that is the same thing. The Holy Spirit will always guide to what will grow us. And that is where we need to go. And spiritually now speaking, we need to know the things, even just scrolling on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on whatever social media, on Netflix, on whatever, you can feed in yourself demons. You can feed in your children demons. There's some parents who don't care. Whatever the children watch, it's fine. Whatever the children, they can say maybe they want to watch PG-rated, they watch PG-rated.
Yeah.
But because they're adults, they think they can watch anything. No. Whatever you feed your eyes, your heart, matters a lot even to you as
Just
an
because
adult.
it's written PG-18 doesn't mean that when
Exactly.
you are over 18 now you can watch.
It's okay.
So because you are a kid, you can't watch sex. So now that you're grown up, you're
now,
going to watch.
you have not when you're a Christian.
Yeah.
That doesn't work like that.
Yeah, so that's the end of our conversation today about social media, demons, angels, our minds, and our work frame. We can't wait to see you on our next episode, and this will be weekly, I think. And it's going to be amazing. You want to say bye, Mom?
Okay, goodbye and see you next time.